We want to continue this conversation with Georgia Congressman Austin Scott. He joins us right now. Congressman, your reaction to all of this?
Follow the money, Maria. I mean, the Biden family received tons and tons of money. I mean, this is not $1,000 or $2,000. This is millions of dollars that they received from people that are not allies of the United States. In fact, they're our adversaries in many cases. And Joe Biden went on TV and look what he said. He said, you know, I told them if they didn't get rid of that prosecutor that they weren't going to get any U.S. tax dollars. And lo and behold, they got rid of the prosecutor and U.S. tax dollars flowed to them. And so I would just ask the American citizens, regardless of what your belief is about Joe Biden, follow the money. And so I think as Jamie and Jim go forward, I think that's going to be the issue, is to just show the American citizens the flow of money and what occurred from a U.S. policy standpoint and what occurred with their tax dollars after the money flowed to the Biden family.
Yeah, I mean, when this issue comes up, and I've asked your colleagues a number of times, what specific policy decisions did Joe Biden make to appease those people who were paying him? And this Burisma issue comes up all the time, that he, you know, got the prosecutor who was investigating Burisma fired. What about China? Because when Joe Biden first walked into the Oval Office 2.5 years ago, one of the first things he did was cancel the China initiative. And that was an initiative where we were actually indicting people for sending intellectual property to China. Mike Pompeo closed down the Houston embassy because of the surveillance and the theft of all of this. And then there's a 2013 memorandum of understanding when President Biden was vice president, and he signed that MOU allowing thousands of Chinese companies to trade on U.S. exchanges but not follow SEC rules. They don't follow the auditing rules that other American public companies follow. Do you have evidence that he's actually made changes with regard to China policy as a result of taking the millions of dollars that you've told us that he's taken?
Well, I think if you look at the timeline of when it happened, then you can draw the conclusion that that's what occurred there. I mean, we have to do more than draw the conclusion to get an impeachment on that, and so we have to actually prove it. And so it's going to be a matter of, you know, Jim and Jamie and the others on the committee actually pointing to when the money flowed to the Biden administration and when the policy decisions were made.
Yeah.
Now, they won't necessarily be the money flowing one day and the decision being made the next, but as we're able to, I believe, show a pattern of how money flowing to the Biden family changed U.S. policy and allocated U.S. tax dollars to places that people had asked for it to go that sent the money, then I think there will be enough evidence to push forward with the impeachment. And let's be clear about this, Maria. This is not an impeachment that's been put on the floor of the House of Representatives. This is just an official action taken to push forward with the investigation. You saw Hunter Biden, you know, reject the subpoena because he said it wasn't official. Well, everything's official. If they want to reject it at this stage, then I would assume Jamie's going to subpoena him again. If they reject it at this stage again, then we'll allow the committee to push forward with whatever they want to do as far as pursuing that criminally. But the Biden administration, the Biden family has received millions upon millions of dollars from people who are the adversaries of the United States of America. And Joe Biden has publicly stated, you know, what he did with regard to the prosecutor at Burisma. And look, then U.S. tax dollars flowed. So I'm confident that with Jim and Jamie, you know, that we're going to be able to outline for the American citizens how tax money, how dollars flowed from our adversaries to the Biden family, and then U.S. policy was changed, or U.S. tax dollars flowed because of the money going to the Biden family.
And they still want more money right now. You're having a debate on that. Cheryl, jump in.
Well, Congressman Cheryl Casone, and I'm curious, what do you say right now to some of the more moderate Republicans, your colleagues, who are now going into an election year? They've got some Democrat-leaning districts. You know, they're up for re-election. They're concerned, of course, about how this all plays out, the optics of the impeachment inquiry, if it goes to an impeachment vote on the floor. I know that there's been a lot of kind of back and forth with that group of those moderate Republicans. What do you say to them as this moves forward once you come back from recess?
Yeah, so look, the Democrats are saying this is all political. I mean, just factually speaking, from a political standpoint, it was probably easier for a large portion of our party not to vote to do this advancement in the impeachment inquiry. So They're doing the responsible thing. I think our speaker has been very clear about this. We're going to be responsible in this. We're going to be methodical in this. We're going to outline the case for this as we push forward. And the politically easy thing to do was to not do the impeachment inquiry. And so I think that they took the responsible vote. I think we're doing the responsible thing. There's enough evidence there that we need to do this. We have a responsibility to do this. And it was the Democrats who were political when they impeached President Trump. And most Democrats can't even tell you what they impeached President Trump for.
Wow. Well, look, President Biden is responding. He's slamming Republicans for advancing the impeachment inquiry. In a statement, he says that you and your colleagues are attacking him with lies. He says you're wasting time and avoiding critical issues. Biden also refused to answer the questions asked about the impeachment effort. Watch this.
President Peter, we're going to keep going.
Are you worried?
President Peter, we're going to keep moving outside now. Peter,
are you worried about being
Peter,
impeached?
thank you so much. We're going to make our way out now.
He blew up all the questions, Congressman. Here's Kayleigh. Go ahead, Kayleigh.
Yeah, Congressman, I'm also curious if you can shed some light on the timeline moving forward here. You know, how many chances do you think House Republicans are going to be willing to give Hunter Biden and also James Biden, who also defied his congressional appearance? You know, obviously you guys are leaving for recession soon, but how many more subpoenas can be sent before action is taken to hold Hunter and James Biden accountable?
That's not my decision, but I would assume it would not be more than one. And so hopefully, you know, if I were in charge, and I'm not, I mean, but I think between the speaker and you know, Jamie and Jim, I think they will probably agree to send them one more, and that's just my guess. And at that stage, I think we have to push forward with the contempt if they refuse to do that. But again, you know, what was political is what they did to President Trump. This politically is the easier thing would have been for us to avoid this. The responsible thing is for us to do this.
Yes, and you've been methodical throughout. Congressman, it's good to see you. Thanks very much. We'll be watching.
Thank you, Maria. Have a great Christmas.
And to you. Merry Christmas. Congressman Austin Scott in D.C.